Okay, here's a tricky Deluge demo I've got running. I've got a MIDI track which I've got my Deluge connected to my laptop, and my laptop is running MIDI-OX, where I've got the Deluge is routed back to itself. And so I've got MIDI notes here that I can do stuff which show up in the MIDI routing, which I've also got going to Resolume. And in the Deluge itself, I've got another track, well, I've actually got 3 tracks, where the MIDI-1 channel, well, I've got 4 tracks now, so these are all MIDI-1. What's going on here? So MIDI-1, 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 and MIDI-1. And the actual playing track is this last row here, which I've got muted, and there's no notes recorded in it. If I open it up, there's nothing in it, but this is the actual instrument, so it's actually drum kit 3. So kit 3. I can change the kit, but let's just go back to our MIDI track. And I'll check which one's armed. First one's currently armed. No, the last one's armed. This extra row at the top is not being used. Okay, so hit play. It's got a bit of a shonky drum beat happening, but we can see Resolume is responding to it. And the idea was that I can create a new track, basically, and edit the track. If I set this as the one that's active, so I can actually hit record and start making some mess in here. That mess has been recorded. Hang on, that wasn't the mess. Oh, here's the mess. So I can undo that. And I can also program on here if I want to. Undo those. Do some live recording. Let's just scroll out. So that doesn't sound like anything interesting at the moment, but the important thing is that I can basically do live recording of something interesting, have Resolume respond instantly, have the track updated, it will go back through the loop, I can undo it, I can save it. The only big issue was that for the actual drum kit, which is the empty drum kit at the bottom. If you don't have the track muted, then it will actually record the MIDI into the drum track, which we don't want, because then you'll have the MIDI track and the drum track both have the recording in it. So this is the only way I found that can make it live recording, where the recording of the notes only happens in one place. And in the thing itself, when you are doing the MIDI learn, you can see I've got those programmed, but I had to program them individually with the MIDI learn, and the current key is Phrygian, so it's not a straightforward C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C kind of deal, and that's pretty painful. So the other thing I wanted to show is that I can actually change the drum kit. Let's get some different sounds. And we can go back up to the things and choose which track to play. Well, I think that's enough of that for now.